Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Really excited about this one to have Miss Chierstin Susel on with us. Awesome lady with a really neat background and has achieved some really cool things. Truly grateful to have her on. So first, thanks so much for taking the time to hang out with the Success Chronicles.
Thanks for having me. I was told that we'd have some fun, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, hey, whoever told you that, they didn't lie to you. No, but oh wait, that was me. No, well let's dive into it. If you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your background, your story, so the audience will have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So for about the last 10 years, I've been in sports broadcasting, made stops in Colorado, East Tennessee, Virginia, back here in Phoenix, where I live now. I had the fortunate opportunity of making a dream come true of working in Phoenix, which is where all my family lives. And I went to Arizona State. So that to me was home, even though I wasn't born here. So spent almost a decade in sports broadcasting. Have worked in podcasting for a little bit. The last year and a half, I was doing digital media. And then most recently, I decided to make a career pivot, start my own podcast, get into real estate. And so I've been doing that just for a few weeks now.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Lots of cool stuff in your background. I'm sure some really neat experiences, huh?
A ton of really neat experiences that I would not take back my journey for anything.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We all live and learn. Well, what are three things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
You might be surprised to hear that few of them are really work related. I think getting to a point where I became brave enough to stand up for myself. I work in a male dominated industry, and that in and of itself, there's nothing wrong with that. But I found myself at times throughout my career feeling like I was being treated unfairly, but felt like if I spoke up or stood up for myself, that it would negatively reflect me. And getting to a certain point in my career where I felt brave enough to say, I'm just going to do what's right. And I'm finally just going to have a voice in the matter and stand up for myself without being worried what I might be labeled for doing it. And, that's something that I really only learned in the last, call it, year or two. And there's nothing that I've been more proud of in my life that I've accomplished than finding that courage. It definitely beats any award that I've ever received. And I think the second one, and I just mentioned that I'm in the midst of a career pivot, is just deciding to take my life into my own hands. Stop being a victim to my circumstances or complaining about I wish things were better or different, or I had more time or this. I just decided there's only that's not a productive way to live. And if you don't like the way that your life is, do something about it. And so just me recently taking that leap. Yeah, it was a big deal to me. And then I guess lastly, I'll just go through these three. I'm sure I'm talking over. You probably have comments to make, but I think getting that job in Phoenix initially and coming back home, it was a big goal for a long time, ever since I was a student at Arizona State, to then make it full circle. And that was something that I had been working towards for a really long time. So I think those are three things that come off the top of my head.
That's good. So good. Yeah, no, I didn't have any comments. I was just busy listening and taking notes. No, but definitely three things to be proud of: standing up for yourself, I'm sure, and like you said, in that field, taking life in your own hands, and I love that you said that, because a lot of times uh, we get caught up in doing our thing, and we over analyze, our situations, where I come from. We haven't done that. I hadn't seen, but like really, like you can achieve great things. Like there is no limit to what we can achieve. The only person that holds us back is ourselves.
I know that ourselves, the story that we begin to tell ourselves
Come
about our
on.
situation.
Yeah.
And it's all about like breaking that narrative and rewriting your story based on facts and not like perceived things, right? Like, and the fact is that you can change your life, and that you have more power to change your life than you realize.
Hmm. And the things that you've grown through, come on, the things that you've grown through in your life, oh man, it's really going to help you. But the bigger picture is you learn lessons from that. When you come out on the other side, you're better because you have grown through that, and now you can help other people.
Definitely. I look at adversity now different than I ever have looked at it before. I think I
Hmm.
probably did take the victim mentality of it before, of like, why me? Or this always
Yeah.
happens, or there we go again. And when you begin to flip the script, when you're going through any sort of pain or adversity, and realize that it's not happening to you, it's happening for
For
you.
you.
And
Yeah.
that depending on how you choose to view the circumstance and how you respond to it is going to determine where you go from there. But you're not going to be worse off having gone through that with the right mindset.
Hey, I got a good one for you. How you view what you do will always affect how you do what you do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like kind of what you said, it's about your perspective. Before I had these things, I saw things a certain way, right? And then I put them boys on, like, oh man, I can read the fine print.
It's a whole different world out here.
Man, hey, hey, trees really do have leaves. It's different, and it's
Yep.
all about your perspective and how you view those things. But then, yes, the last thing is how you saying, having that job at home. I'm sure that was really neat, and family was proud of that, because that's a huge thing to be doing what you did on that level, but at home. So the people that, man, I'm sure that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, there is no better feeling of having my parents, my grandparents be able to watch me on TV, but then also getting to drive home and spend some time with them when I wasn't working. I mean, that's priceless, because for a long time
Mhm.
I had lived on the other side of the country, worked nights, weekends, and holidays. And so like a lot of people I feel like would take random freedom on a weekend for granted,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh, I can drive to my parents' house.
yeah.
And it
That's
was
so
so
good.
meaningful to me.
That's so good. Well, hearing you talk about your journey, hearing you discuss the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
I think it's pursuing anything that you feel is your purpose or your calling. I think that, I think that throughout my life, I pursued different things that I thought would make me successful. I have two Emmys behind me, right? And
It's awesome, man.
I've accomplished certain things. I got to certain markets. I've defied some odds in my career. And I'll tell you what, if you're accomplishing and racking up a bunch of accomplishments that aren't in alignment with you, it's not success. You won't
Yeah,
get the feeling. Success to me is an achievement that is combined with a feeling of accomplishing a purpose. And if you're just racking up, oh, well, I've got all these degrees. Okay, well, do you feel called to be doing that? Or are you just like racking this up, right? And I think everybody's view of success is different, which is probably why you're asking, the question. If you're in basketball, are you a success because you, played college basketball? Or are you a success only if you played Division I? Are you a success only if you go on to play in the NBA? If you're in the NBA, are you a success only if you've won a national championship? And so that meter can always be, like a moving target. And ultimately, if you feel like that is something that you're being called to do, and that's in alignment with your purpose and you're going after it, that's success.
Hey, I got another one for you. Get ready.
Okay.
Hey, I call that being in alignment with your assignment.
Yes.
Come on. Hey, boom.
You simplify it a lot.
Yeah, like I'm a simple guy. It don't take much from me. I need simple, okay? No, but I think, the more we can simplify things, the better we are, because less equals more. Oh, there we go. Less equals more. Right. Yeah. And it's amazing. And like some of those things you said, like it gave me chills too, because I wholeheartedly believe that. We have to do things that puts us in our alignment. I think the big man has gifted us all special talents. We all are a one of one. Hold on, man. Hold on. We all are a one of one. And there's no one out there like you, or no one out there like me. I think when we learn to live in that and truly understand that, oh man, let's go. Because I have something special that's been given to me that I can use to help others. And I think when we can live in that and truly embrace that, it wholeheartedly personifies your definition of what you said success is.
1,000%. And I think it relieves you of pressure or of anything that might be telling you you're not successful.
For sure.
I know at one point in my career, I felt like if I didn't reach a network level, that I wouldn't be successful, that it didn't matter what I accomplished prior to that. If I didn't ultimately reach a certain level, that meant I wasn't successful. And at one point I realized that, like, why, who told me that? Like, why am I believing that? I'm staying in something that I no longer feel called to do full time, or at least in this season. Like, whether my time is up permanently and I make a permanent pivot, or it's a temporary thing. Why am I telling myself that I'm not going to be successful unless I keep going, when I no longer feel like that's what I'm being called to do? You know what I mean? So it relieves you of some of this narrative that, like, you won't be successful if you don't do these things.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I was going to say now to the fun part, but it's all been fun for me. But now to like the funner part, I guess. The more fun, most fun, I don't know. But what I want to do is throw like some couple words or phrases at you. And if you don't mind, just she said, "Oh no, it'll be good. It's good. It's true." But I'm actually, the words or phrases are something kind of what you said. I'm just throwing them at you so you can give us a little more, really. So it's a good pitch to you to hit a home run.
Okay.
But I just want to throw some words at you and just talk about what comes to mind or heart when you hear these words or phrases. You good with that?
Yeah.
Good deal. All right. So the first phrase is living and learning.
First thing that comes to mind is that I don't think you can live if you don't learn. And that's the cycle of life. You're not truly living unless you've learned things in life, like the big important things. Like, so you learn from it, and then it gives you an opportunity to live.
So good. So good.
Does that make sense? You threw the fast pitch down the middle. It was up to me to hit the home run out of the park, and I don't know if I necessarily landed it, but that was my thought.
No. You did. I mean, I think you did pretty good on it, because it's so true. I mean, You have to experience some things. All right. I think a lot of times we talked about the limits, earlier. Sometimes we're hesitant to experience some things. Well, you don't get the most out of it because you don't experience those things. And so you have to be open to learning. And I agree, it is the cycle of life. That's how you get better.
And if you don't ever learn, then you're in a negative cycle. And are you really
Come
living
on.
at that point?
Yeah, right. Boom. All right. All right. So the next one is pivot. And that's one you said a couple of times in the interview. So I want to throw that one at you too.
Pivot. Don't be afraid to pivot at any point in your life, no matter how young, how old, how invested you are into something. Don't ever be afraid to pivot.
It's good. So good. All right. So this last one, this is the good one. So I'm gonna pause a little bit before I give you this one and give you a warning, right? So this is
Okay.
this is the good one, Chierstin. So the last one is legacy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think legacy is the culmination of a life filled with living your own purpose.
Love that.
That
Love that.
was a deep
All right.
question.
I know, like that's why I had to warn you, like it's the good one, man. But it makes you think too. Like I think it makes you like reflect on your path. I think for me, it makes me reflect on my path. It makes me reflect on where I am in life. It makes me reflect on where I want to go in life. It makes me reflect on not just leaving a legacy when I get to go visit the big man, but living a legacy by my day-to-day actions. So it is intentionally deep. it,
Yeah, of course.
it was intentionally. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all of the amazing things you have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on social media at Chierstin Susel. I'll go ahead and spell it. It's CHIERSTINSUSEL. So first and last name, or chierstin.com. It's my website that has my contact info and a lot of what I do.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. I truly appreciate it and had a great time.
I am so happy that our paths crossed, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.